Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, just go gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not ration. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance, tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary, and seldom do they motivate. World full of hate, we serve the hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, gon' make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, gon' make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change through visual representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise, and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevating through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Yeah, it's up to you. You got the torch now. MediaScope. We here for you, and you. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another week of media, tech, and pop culture, fun and foolishness, and calamari shenanigans. This is MediaScope, where we talk all about media, tech, and pop culture with a side of calamari shenanigans. It's not just me, though, and it's not just you. Well, first of all, welcome you wherever you are. I'm so happy to have you. Welcome. But it's not just you, and it's not just me or I, whatever the proper terminology is. It's also a one MC Curtis. MC.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
You sound extra crunchy tonight. How are you?
Thinking about that calamari.
Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I seen something in the background.
It just dropped, and I was all ready. Anyway, I don't know what happened, and it was all secure, and now it just dropped. But that's okay. So don't change too much lighting. I do that so the lighting doesn't change too much. But anyway, sorry. What happened?
Yeah, you said I sounded extra crunchy.
You sounded, extra crunchy tonight, extra crispy. What's that about? You have some extra chicken skins you're saving for later?
No, thinking about that calamari you just mentioned.
Oh, calamari shenanigans. Do you like
Yeah.
calamari?
I do, but I don't. I only like the rings. I don't like the heads and the
The one
tentacles
that
and
looks
all.
like an animal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do those. Those go by
Some
the
people
side.
like them. And no disrespect if you do like them. But that one that looks like an animal, I don't want that one.
Yeah, me
I
either.
think a lot of people only like the rings. Let me know, folks, if you are a calamari connoisseur. Do you like them all? Or do you like only the rings? Or do you only like the one that looks like an animal?
Yeah, no animals for me. I mean, outside of
Mm-mm.
the rings themselves.
Well, I'm like, yeah, and the rings are actually from an animal, but
Yeah, I mean they are, but I just can't do the body pieces and with the tentacles, fried or
do you
not
like
fried.
octopus?
No, I've had it. My mom was teaching English in Japan for about 2 3 years, and then so I went down to visit her when I was working with a major airline, and yeah, I
Mm.
tried it. Didn't like it. It was mushy and mm-mm.
Mushy. It wasn't cooked properly then.
Well, no, it was they had. I mean, well, they had just it was like a ball. It was deep fried, and it had like a kind of like a bread crust on the outside.
Oh, that's not, you. So you ate octopus fritters. That's what you ate.
Is that what that's called?
If it was ground up, no, it shouldn't be. It should have. It's like calamari.
Oh no, I haven't tried it like that. No, it was octopus, but it was kind of like I guess I don't know,
Basically,
scrambled
octopus
eggs.
fritters. If it was breaded
Yeah,
on the outside, oh,
yeah. And I was like,
an abomination. Anyway, look who's here. My coach Tawana is here. Hello,
Hey, what's up,
Coach
Coach?
Tawana. Good to see you. She says, "Hey, MC Curtis."
Hey, hey.
And Joan Balcom is here. Hello, also known as Joni Red Butterfly. Hello, Sora Joan. Good to see you. And my coach Tawana says that she is a calamari
Mm.
lover.
Does she like the bodies too, and the tentacles?
Do you like the whole animal? Let me fix my face. Do you like the whole animal?
So you're helping her choose. Like that face says no, you shouldn't.
Do you like the whole animal? If you do, that's okay. Some people do. Okay, Joan Balcom says, I love octopus salad. Yeah, and they don't fry it, right, Joan? It's not breaded and it's not that's what you call doing too much. Although, again, I'm sure they love it that way in Japan, but in Japan they also do it the other way. So in places like Italy and Greece, they will grill it, right? And but they do that too, not grill, but like they prepare it that way too in Japan.
Yeah, she was at I think it actually came from like a local bar. I don't know what they call it, little tavern or something in Japan. Do they have taverns in Japan?
Okay, for a minute, let's pretend they do.
Yeah, I don't
For
know
you know what, Candy Sakai is not here to ask, but I'm sure that if Candy was here, she would tell us yes that they do. My coach Juana says no. I'm just like MC Curtis, just the rings, please. And she
right?
said no, it's not fried. Yeah, that's an abomination. Why would you? I'm so no. I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sure, however it's prepared, they like it, but Hey, and look who is here. D is here. Hello, D. Says, hey, let's go, y'all. Let's go indeed. That's her motto. Not little. That's her motto. And it's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, D. D, I think you also are on tonight. Please let us know in the chat what time and where we can catch you. Folks, it is time for us to get started. I'm going to give you a hug to let you know I appreciate you being here. You could have chosen to waste time any bloody place else, but you chose here. And for that, we are eternally grateful. We salute you.
This is good
Salute.
information. We're not wasting time.
Yes, no, it's not a waste of time. But people
Yeah,
will
no, it's
watch from work. People will watch from work when they're supposed to be working, but so to their employer, it's probably a waste. But we thank you.
well, we need
We
some
like that.
We need some compensation pack in case they don't finish their shift while they're.
I was getting scared. I'm like, do you have a sound effect for compensation? Next week you will, I bet, if you don't have one. The Africans? Okay. Oh, fine. Fine. All right. All right. She is laughing. Dee is laughing. And she also says, I'm here for the MediaScope shenanigans. Let's go. Yes. Let's go indeed. All right. So could I have the intro to the media? Just cut me off. Why don't you?
I'm on top of it.
You did that. You're on top of it and rude, sir. Rude and on top. Like loud and wrong, rude and on top. All right. Well, let's have photo one then, since you're so on top of it, top master.
I was waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm sure you know who these two fine individuals are. Ted Sarandos, who is the CEO of Netflix, and Dave Chappelle, who had a recent special, The Closer, that came out. And, you know, I don't know if you thought last week that everything was done and over. Did you, MC?
I kind of did. Yeah. But, yeah. What happened?
Nope. So Ted Sarandos has actually admitted that he made up a mistake, that he's, quote, screwed up internal communication amid the Dave Chappelle controversy. It says that that storytelling has an impact on real world. So here's what has happened. We talked about the story last week where the transgender employee, was reinstated. For those of you who missed it, in the Dave Chappelle special, apparently there is a section where he was telling jokes, and it was about transgendered individuals, and the transgender community did not take kindly to it. And so one transgender employee was upset and crashed. I shouldn't say crashed, because they found that this person didn't come in with any malice, because they had no clear rules. So this person was in their rights to go. They didn't say you can't come. And apparently they sent out an email to everybody. So it said, come on in. So that's on them. So this person has been reinstated. Tara Field was her name. And then said that I feel vindicated. But now, today, employees, and then let me go back and say that Sarandos stood behind, remember, he stood behind the special. Right. He said they are not pulling the special, was standing behind that, and Dave Chappelle. So today, employees decided, what happened?
Today, on What the Hell Is This?
Well, you know what? I don't know that this is a what the hell is this. I think this is just a lot of different things happening at the same time, and they have a lot of stuff going on at the same time. Maybe too many things, which is why they can't handle it. So his comments, of course, supporting this and not pulling the special, have been met with criticism by Netflix employees who are transgender. And they are also come under fire by the LGBTQ plus community that are Netflix talent. So they're organizing a company walkout today. Now, I don't know whether or not they did it or if it's for later, but I know that it was organized today. Sarandos did a brief interview with Deadline Hollywood, and this is what he said. First, right up front, I screwed up the internal communication, and I don't mean just mechanically. I feel I should have made sure to recognize that a group of our employees was hurting very badly from the decision made, and I should have recognized up front, before going into a rationalization of anything, the pain they were going through. I say that because I respect them deeply, and I love the contribution they have at Netflix. They were hurting, and I should have recognized that first. But you didn't. Please do.
we're not going to let you mess with our money.
But that's why there was no let me sit back and think before I say anything first because of the money.
Absolutely.
Now, if this was not Dave Chappelle, if this was not a special that was widely watched, if he was not bringing in money for them, the outcome would have been very different.
So
I believe.
Hypothetically speaking, if
Let's
Dave
talk about
Chappelle
hypotheticals here.
okay, Dave Chappelle was transgender and he was doing transgender jokes, would Tara, whoever her name is, would she have busted in the meeting room boycotting the show, or would it have been funny? Or
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay. I'm just wanting to clear that up. Thank you.
Okay, but replace transgender with black.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to say that I was trying to, absolutely. Matter of fact, I see someone
replace
mention
transgender with Asian.
Absolutely.
Replace transgender with anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think when it comes to comedy, whether it's right or not, we're not here to debate whether anything is right or wrong. But I think when it comes to comedy, members of the group are given a pass to make certain types of jokes, right? It's just like, okay, somebody can say something about Africans not being on time, some Africans not being on time. I can say that, but you can't.
Right. Absolutely.
I'll say all day long African time, but don't let it come out of your mouth.
Right.
So I think that's the same type of energy when it comes to comedy. The in-group can make jokes amongst the in-group and about the in-group. But if you're outside of that group, that's not for you to make jokes about. Unless you have somehow become adopted by that group and it's okay with them. I don't know. Comedy is a tricky thing.
It is, but I agree with you. But like I said, it's one of those things like you just mentioned. Black folks, have been the the butt end of the jokes for years, and people have laughed and had a great time. No one said anything.
Oh, okay, but are you saying now it's somebody else's turn? See, this is what we have to stop. Okay, go ahead.
That's not what I'm saying. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm just saying is that
clarify.
What I'm just saying, what is the difference? Because, I mean, can we say transgender people aren't laughing at black jokes? Or did black people?
No, we can't say that. But okay, so you are proving my point. So does that make it right that this happened because people have laughed at black people for years and have been the butt of jokes? Now it's your turn, person in wheelchair.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's how it's coming off. That's it's coming off. So I'm going to give you the chance to clarify before the FCC comes and gets us. Go ahead.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that understand that people have been laughing at, we're all laughing at each other, basically. And so what's the issue that when you're laughing at people, I mean, comedy is comedy. Again, it hurts sometimes, but sometimes the reality of it is it's the truth. We don't like it, but we've just, it's just how it's been. So everyone's laughing at each other. So I'm just like, hey, laugh it up and live life.
Well, so, okay, that would be the comedian standpoint, that the comedic community often feels that way because it's art and comedy is different. So I do understand, because I'm not a comedian. When it comes to comedy, it's different and the rules work differently. But comedy takes place in the real world. So the people that are affected by comedy are not just in your small comedic circle. I mean, comedians comprise what percentage of the population? It's minuscule. It's very small, okay, compared to the rest of the population. So you exist as an actor, as a comedian, as whatever in the entertainment industry because of people. So it's easy to say those types of things until some type of violence ensues because something was a joke. What happens is we start to normalize these jokes and it's just a joke, and somebody takes that damn joke too far because we don't know how to act.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not saying comedy shouldn't be comedy, but I'm
Right.
saying it's really easy for somebody not in that group to say, oh, it's just comedy. And the thing is, he's not transgender. So he's outside of that group. Should he be?
Right. Exactly.
They can say it. If you're transgender, you don't say it though.
Right.
And maybe Chappelle is okay with other people making jokes about Black people, and then other comedians are not.
Right.
It is really subjective, but it doesn't mean a damn thing. The people who matter, in my opinion, here is the transgender community and the community who's being affected by that, by whatever it is. If they're hurt, it's valid. So we can't pick and choose when it's okay to, when it's this group, oh, we have to march, but when it's that group, oh, it's just comedy. We can't keep doing that. Be consistent across the board. Hate everybody or love everybody. You can't do it both. You can't do both. Just saying.
Point taken.
That's a lot. Let's take some comments. What happened?
No, I said point taken. Thank you.
Yeah, no, but that doesn't mean that you were wrong either. I think there are many different points to look at.
Sure, absolutely.
D said you were all on top of my said you were as I was trying. Then you just brought in the introduction. You were all on top of the sentences. So D also says that there's lots of double talk and groveling happening by Ted Sarandos. I'm taking it. Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, what matters is the money here. Absolutely. And here's the thing. If you offend a group and they decide to, so, you know, they're planning a walkout. This is the employees. But if a major group decide, you know what? And then they have people behind them. They're like, you know what? We don't have to. They have to backtrack. But where was your thought process and critical thinking skills before all of this? Where was it? Where's your Messiah now? That's what I'm asking. Okay. MC Curtis, bullseye, the money, says David Benjamin Echols. How are you, fellow Bison? And look who's here. I thought I heard the truck screeching on one wheel, trying to get here. The queen of food truckery, minister of libation, Serena Wills is here, and it is Taco Wednesday, Wednesday. Get your tacos. And what else is in the chat, MC?
Yeah, this whole conversation is making me want to have cocktails.
You would want it even without this conversation. Don't blame this the tough nature of this conversation on why you have to relax. Get out.
Stressing me out.
Come on, get out. No, you're stressed. Nonsense. For those of you who want just a little nibble, just some snacks, we've got pretzels. We've also got hot dogs, and it looks like wraps. You know, the thing is, you know, whenever you look at these emojis, they're so small that a bowl of salad looks like a bowl of soup. And then you look at it, oh, that was salad?
Yeah.
But we appreciate you. Go ahead and get some. Now, Joan is ordering her usual 2 fish tacos and a white wine. That is her standing Tuesday order.
That sounds good.
Doesn't that sound good? You saw me pause for a minute. They gave me pause. I'm like,
make you think about you're having tacos for dinner, right?
I was like, well, I've got fish. I've also got corn tortillas. I've got shredded cabbage. I've got avocados.
Guess what you're having?
I certainly could. What happened?
I said, guess what you're having? Tacos.
Fish tacos.
Yeah, fish tacos.
Now it remains to be seen if I'm not too lazy to make them after all this. Now that's another thing.
Right.
Because as I'm talking, I'm thinking about I have to gather all these things. Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. So Sarita says, get your food while I'm here. She's got to jump off because she's got a show at 7. Serena, can you please put in the chat what the show is at 7 and where and what? Please. All right. And David Benjamin Echoes has his usual a candy apple martini and 2 tacos. Get them while they're here. Get them while they're hot. All right. So let's keep going. I think I wanted to add something there. So here's the thing. Keep this up. Netflix has promised to, quote, respect the decision of the employees walking out today. So they did walk out today, apparently, to protest the Dave Chappelle special. They said again, they'll respect the right. In response to this latest special, The Closer, they say this, a Netflix spokesperson. We value our trans colleagues and allies and understand the deep hurt that has been caused. You don't, but why you
Right,
have
right.
done it?
Right.
I'm like, you're saying this now after the fact, which shows you didn't understand. Right. Okay. We respect the decision of any employee who chooses to walk out and recognize we have much more work to do within Netflix and in our content. So apparently the employee, what happened?
Your lunch is only an hour.
An hour?
No, for the, this was the Netflix representative, spokesperson. While we respect your decision to walk out, your lunch is only an hour.
Oh, that's what you said. So we expect you to be back by 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Right.
But okay, but it was scheduled for noon Pacific Time.
See,
let me tell you something. If you're gonna do a walkout, don't do it during lunch. It doesn't have any impact then.
Right, right.
Because it's like you were gonna leave anyway. Well, we'll see what happens. I haven't heard an update as to what happened, but yeah, the walkout was called for noon. I have to do some updating and see. Has anybody heard if any updates have come of this? Are they just not going to do diversity training with people?
Right.
I'm so tired of people making simple mistakes that you should have the critical thinking skills that God gave 2 smash flies to conduct.
Well, money was the ruling factor, though. So.
Oh yeah, no, we already know that. But you also have to think: is this money that you're going to make now worth the wahala and lack of money you would make later?
Right. Well said.
And were they even thinking that deeply? I'm convinced these executives don't think that deeply. Because if you did, or you don't have people at the table that think that deeply. Because if you did, somebody would have done something.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is, right, I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dave Chappelle has already signed some kind of probably gazillion-dollar contract anyways. So he's under contract. So
yeah, absolutely.
If they decide to scrap this show here, he's still getting paid.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what the wording or the language is of that. I don't know if they have an out. But I'm quite sure, I mean, they want Dave Chappelle, but I'm quite sure they also have it written in such a way that kind of covers them too. All companies do, because they're not your friends. They're there to cover themselves. It's like human resources. And I apologize if anyone is a human resources professional here, but human resources is not there to protect you. They're there to protect the company. I've seen it over and over and over and over again. So it's kind of like with this. They're really not there to be your friends. They're there to build the company.
Absolutely.
So this will be interesting to watch. What happens with this? Watch what happens with this. Terry is here. What's up, Terry? Good to see you. Terry Johnson. I see you somewhere in here. So, yeah, I see that you're here somewhere. Anyway, guess who else is here? Laughing. Tish Roach. Hey, Tish, welcome. Here you are, Terry. And she says, hey, what's up, MediaScope fam? Well, hey to you as well. And guess what? Terry, you're going to have to pick up the slack for when Serena leaves as the assistant queen of food truckery. So she has put in some bacon wrapped shrimp and some champagne. Go ahead and get your Horace Duvres before MC Curtis eats them all. All right, let's keep going. Could I have photo 2, please? You know, I was gonna find the sound that song that doll sings in Squid Game and give to you to play, but I didn't have time to do all that. But look out, I'm gonna make a video with that sound. I'm telling you. So look out soon. All right, let's talk a little more about Netflix. Netflix has over-delivered with 4.4 million subs in Q3. So, you know, that's why I said there's a lot going on. They have that whole thing going on with the walkout over the Dave Chappelle special, but they also had their earnings call and they overperformed. Okay,
Jeez.
So they were expecting 3.5 million global subscription additions. They got 4.4 million.
Wow.
So now this totals 214 million paid global members because of fresh TV content. I'm not surprised. Look, when you start, and this was the best thing that Netflix has done, really putting an emphasis on global content, not just growing global subscriptions, but putting an emphasis on global content. Squid Game is just one example, but they have a whole African slate. They have a whole slate from different Asian countries. It's just amazing what they're doing, and I love it because it's exposing programming to people who would probably never watch North Korean dramas or South Korean dramas or South Korean shows. Maybe would never watch a show from Ghana, right? Never watch shows from Latin America. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by this growth. So Netflix actually expects stronger results in the final months of this year, which is typical for a big subscription video on-demand service like Netflix. They're expecting 8.50 million new worldwide members, okay, growing to 222 million. So they're at 214 now. They're expecting to grow to 222. And they're basing this off of what they did a year ago. Similarly, they added 8.51 million in subscriptions. Their revenue in the third quarter grew 16% to 7.5 billion. And their operating income soaring 33% to 1.8 billion. The net income was up a big 84% to 1.45 billion. Is anybody crying Argentina for Netflix now?
Yeah,
No.
I don't even understand all those numbers you just read off.
Yeah, I know, and I got excited about it. So basically, what we're talking about, their operating income, not just the money that this is what they have to operate with, to run Netflix with. It grew 33% to 1.8 billion, and that's what they have to run Netflix with, right? Just their operating budget, and then their net income, right, which is the money that they made, not gross, net. This is what they actually have after expenses, was up 84% to 1.45 billion. So hopefully that clarifies it.
Yeah, it does. It's just big numbers, a lot of big numbers.
Yeah, I knew you knew anyway, but you brought up something, and so I wanted to make sure I clarified it for anybody who was watching. But all that to say, these are big numbers. We're not working with a broke company here. So this was a good call for them, a good quarterly earnings call. Good for you.
Hey, quick question.
Now, yeah.
For Netflix, have they always concentrated on the global content, or has this Squid Game, has this actually placed them on the map, or?
Okay, so I think Squid Game has really placed them on the map in terms of global content, but they've had global content for a while. They had, remember we talked about this, was it year before last? It must have been the Nigerian film Lionheart.
Yes,
and
I did.
how, so we talked about that. So they've been really beefing up their African slate for a while, and this is because African films are extremely popular in Africa, but the world over. So I had students when I was at the university full time who were Haitian, and they said that their parents loved African movies. I was like, really? They said, yeah, they watch them every night before they go to bed. I said, wow. You go into I actually would go into Caribbean shops. They would have a whole racks of African movies. So it's really, they've been focusing on bringing in the content from global content for a while, but I think that Squid Game has really put them on the map. And I think now they're going to take a second look at content that's out there that's like, that could compel people. Because, the US is a very large market, but various Asian markets are also very huge. That's where you want to be. Why do you think the next biggest market is China, where movies are released?
Right.
It's a huge market. Kami Jamila is here, and she's brought a gift. MC.
I'm talking about.
No, I took the move. Oh.
Thank you, Camille.
Look who's here. Can you get yourself right enough to greet Opal Comfort?
Hey, Opal, how are you?
Why did you sound like you were really not right? hey, Opal, how are you? Hey, Opal, how are you? Welcome back stateside. Good to see you.
Hey, Opal.
Exactly, Terry. Nollywood, Bollywood, Korean wood. Exactly. By the way, she said the closer was hilarious. I thought Dave was trying to be sensitive to marginalized communities, and that includes women. He says he's a feminist, but I doubt it. Why are employees walking out? Oh, because they were not in. So you saw the closer, and you saw when he was talking about the transgender community. That's why they're walking out. Or walked out, or took lunch break. If you're going to stage a walkout, people, can you not do it during lunch when you would be gone anywhere, other people would be gone, so it doesn't have an effect? If you be gully and walk out at 10 a.m. when the first meeting starts. What happened?
They could have all just worn T-shirts, and just said, I'm staging a walkout.
I'm waiting for it.
Silence. We're staging a walkout. So, like they're working, but their shirt says silence. We're staging a walkout.
Clearly, you've never been in a protest before, have you?
Well, no. I'm saying that for the reason if their walkout is only an hour for lunch, so they might as well just said. Everybody gets T-shirts. You get your large. What are you wearing? You wearing a medium? We got one medium. Yeah.
I think you need something to go ahead and take a sip of something, huh? Go ahead and take a sip. We won't mind. We won't mind. Hey, Sarav is here. How are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And Sarav, I hope I'm saying your name properly, says, am I integrating Clubhouse content with live stream? I am not really I use Clubhouse, but I don't integrate it yet. You know what they need to do? They just need to make it easier for all of these things to be integrated. Don't you agree? Without having to buy 10 million different things to make it work.
Absolutely.
Yes. So no, the answer to that is we are not. I use it separately. And look who is here. Oh, Tishore says no. He's cut off. No more sips. Thank you. You're the one that has to cut him off. I just needed him to get off of this trajectory. So I said, go ahead and have a cookie. And wait, where's Anna is here? Anna, what's up? How are you?
No, put David's comment up. I seen it. It's too late.
Walk out at 9:30 a.m. Don't clock in to get a coin and leave lunch. Impress me with your Yes. Yeah, and I'm not trying to minimize this at all. Seriously. But that's like staging a protest on Christmas Day. You weren't going to be at work anyway. The Labor Day protest, that doesn't work. Make it count. You make it count. Don't do it when I would not have done noon. It's like, well, I have a meeting. The noon works. No, if you're protesting, protest. As soon as you get there, drop your bag, 10 a.m., get out. Everything stopped because the first meetings are at 10 and 10:30, right? Get out. That would exactly impress me.
Right.
Not saying that the protest is any. You know what? I don't know when they started organizing the protests to know. So maybe I just disagree with 12 noon. That's lunchtime. That's what people think is lunchtime. That's what I saw. I was like, why would you do it at lunchtime? And I know I'm not the only one who said that.
The food trucks are all on the set there at the Netflix campus. At noontime, food trucks.
There's always one who's hungry. So
hey, aren't you guys get their protesting? Hey, aren't you guys protesting?
Some of them were lined up at the food truck. And this is not to make fun of the matter at all, because it's not funny. But again, if you're going to protest, can you not do it when it's associated with something else? Honestly, it lessens the impact when you do it. The real protest. 10 a.m. Bye. You should have been at 10:30, right in the middle of a meeting. But I guess I'm too civil rights march for them. Anna says, have some skin to the game. Yes! Absolutely. Let's see. So Opal said this. That's a good point. Maybe it's a publicity stunt. And
that's good too.
That's an interesting thought. I want to stop short of saying that because I really do believe that that the community felt hurt because of what was said. Some may not have, and some did. But the ones who did want to do something. But I'm convinced this is millennials who put this together, because Gen X would have been like, we're leaving at 10:45. Right when such and such starts to speak, get up and go. Gen X would have done that.
Absolutely. Matter of fact,
boomers would have done that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I got sick time that I'm using.
Sick time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to use your sick time. You're supposed to whatever, no matter what. You're not supposed to think about all right, well, you're just supposed to go. You're just supposed to walk out. You have your plans, but you can't think about, I'm using sick time. Well, you know what? Okay, that's fine.
That's
if you
what
want to
they
use
did.
sick time, use sick time. No, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to just leave. You're not supposed to call human resources below and payroll. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Is our check going in Thursday or Friday? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Hello, human resources. Yeah, I was wondering how many sick days. Yeah, could I have somebody donate some time? Oh, I can? Okay, thank you. They thought too much about this, and you do need thought. But I'm sorry. I bet you it was millennials who put that together. Sorry, millennials, but I bet if it was not millennials, I'd be very disappointed.
With the help of the HR department.
Exactly. They put this together, sponsored by the Human Resources Department at Netflix.
That's hilarious.
Well, no, really? So Anna says this, no shade on millennials because they work hard. Gen X is pretty BA though. Yeah, no. I'm not saying millennials don't work hard. But let's tell the truth now. When it comes to organizing some of these things, stuff was done for millennials. Their parents did everything for them.
Right.
So they don't know how to organize things. So when it comes to, well, I don't know, what should I do? Well, do that. That's my first. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? Whereas we were, Gen X was kind of left out. You better figure it out.
Right.
Nobody was going to show you. And that probably wasn't the best either. But guess what? You get it done. So because nobody showed them how to do this, they don't know how to. That's why they said, we're going to do it at lunchtime, because then nobody will get in trouble. You're supposed to get in trouble. That's the purpose of protest, because you're making a point.
Right.
But let me not tell you how to protest, because it's not my community, and I'm not a Netflix employee. So I will be watching to see exactly what happens with this. Serena says the protest sponsored by Human Resources.
That's hilarious.
They were like, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you use the Netflix official logo. Go to the media page and make sure you use the official one. Protest sponsored by Netflix.
That's hilarious.
Oh, goodness. All right, folks, you know what? Hey, I'm Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. This is MediaScope. Every Wednesday, we meet here to talk media, tech, and pop culture news. And guess what? It's not just me. It's this guy, MC Curtis, talking about Human Resources sponsoring the Netflix walkout.
Hey, everybody. What's happening?
They're probably going to protest us now, too. So,
it's hilarious.
No, I'm sorry, Gen X. Timothy Hall is here. Hey, Dr. Hall says, I agree, easier integrations. Yes, absolutely. Talking about Clubhouse. Yeah, they need easier integrations. Let's not make a point of, oh, it's hard. I think sometimes technology is hard for no reason, so that people can feel special that they've mastered it. Sometimes it needs to be difficult, but sometimes it doesn't need to be that difficult. I'm just saying.
Well, anyway. You know what? Thinking about the Clubhouse integration.
Yes, David Benjamin echoes, you are right. Go ahead.
Thinking about the Clubhouse integration, that actually would be cool, because that's kind of what we're doing with WJMS. We got the audio going.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be really
exactly.
Cool.
That's how we're able to be on WJMS. So it's not that it can't happen. We've already had this talk ad nauseum as to why it's not happening. Anyway, what? Anna said, no Netflix and chill in jail. Jail? Oh, we're done. I'm going back to my desk. Crisis averted.
No, right? Ooh, that was stressful.
Oh, I need a taco.
Oh, that's funny. Hey,
millennials, we love you, but your organizing skills. Go ahead. Sorry.
Where are we broadcasting to? What platforms?
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, okay. Great.
Thank you for, that's why I reintroduced myself. And I want to say, hey, to everybody that's listening on Facebook, what is up, Facebook? Happy to have you here. If you're listening on YouTube, what's going on? What's up? Happy to have you in the fold. And we look forward to having you back again next week and next after week and next after week and next after week, which is not the proper way of saying it. I just like saying it that way. Also, if you are listening or watching on LinkedIn, hello, LinkedIn. Thank you for being here. WJMSradio.com, massive. I see you, or you hear us anyway. Thank you for being here. And for those of you listening on the illustrious Gospel 107 in Nassau, Bahamas, and the Caribbean, are you going to let me give the greetings, MC?
Go ahead.
To you we say bless you. Thank you. Blessings. I don't understand why this is so hilarious to MC,
I don't
but
know.
blessings. Thank you so much for being here. And first Sunday communion to all of you.
Hmm.
Actually, it's not first Sunday. Anyway,
Well, it depends.
let's keep going. How does it depend?
Well, some churches might do it first Sunday, but some churches might do it second and third Sunday.
No, that's
You know-
true. That's true. But I said first Sunday. So this is not
Oh.
first Sunday. This would be what, third Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, enjoy your communion. Serena Wills is about to head out. All drinks and tacos are half off. Go ahead and get them while you can. Not a Medea bless you. That was kind of a Medea bless you, wasn't it, Anna? But no, it's real blessings. We're actually very happy to be there. And you know what? Here we're going to be. They're going to be listening to us tomorrow on Gospel 107, and you guys can listen tomorrow too if you'd like. Just go to gospel107.cc and you can listen on the radio. They've got a nifty new website, so go ahead and listen through their website. It's actually quite cool. All right. Could I have what? We're only on 2, aren't we?
Yeah, we got caught up in the millennials.
We gotta cut. You see how millennials distract you. Anyway, let's keep going because I want us to end basically on time. We started like 4 minutes after. So let me have photo 3. Actually, photo 3, please. I already kind of mentioned this a little bit, but hold on a minute. This has told me that my battery is low, so let me switch my earpiece. Give me a second. All right, it's coming. It's coming. Hold on. Can you hear me, MC?
I can.
Cool. All right. See, you see how I made that switch? Sometimes you got to do that. That's why I keep both pairs
smooth
there. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I pride myself on smoothness.
Yeah. Silky smooth.
Anna says, "Oh, you know what, Mr. Silky Smooth, like your former Jerry curl." Anna says, "I'm good with whatever time you all are on air. Thank you. Wired for sound, smooth. Yeah, you gotta be with that. And thank you for being here, regardless of what time. But no, I really want to respect your time. So, all right, Squid Games. Go ahead, MC.
I still haven't watched it, and I don't think I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. I just haven't had time. But I want to watch episode 1. Something tells me I'm not going to want to watch the rest of it. But because we've had there's so much around it, I need to see exactly what's happening, what this hype is, right? I must see. If I'm studying this stuff, I have to know. So let's talk about Squid Game. That I mentioned this, but let me reiterate that they have now reached a mind-boggling 142 million households. Netflix has.
Wow.
And these figures were released yesterday. This was just released September 17th.
Jeez.
Last week, remember, it was at 111 million. I told you that.
Yes.
1 week later, we're at 142 million. It is still the number 1 show in 91 countries, including the US. Not bad for a Squid. Could I have photo 3A, please? Speaking of Squid Games, this cat does not look happy. In case you love Squid Game so much, there are now outfits for pets so they can claw their way to a win. Cats would never lose Squid Game. I'm telling you. They may not stay and fight because they're scared as anything. They'd run the hell away, but they would never lose. So this series is on a high, and so is all of the merch from there. So there's a site. What is the name of the site? It's a Hong Kong-based apparel brand called Canis Club, and they have started retailing miniature four-legged versions of the tracksuits and hoodies from Squid Game just in time for Halloween. And I should have given you this other picture too, but there's like this cat. These cats do not look amused with this at all. In fact, they look like they should be in Squid Game. They are not. The dog looks all happy, but the cats are like,
the dogs, they're just like walking
the
through
dog
anything.
is like this. Exactly. And the cat is like, in fact, here, let me share my screen. I will show you. I will show you all precisely what's going on with it. Because look at the cat. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Hold on. Let me share my screen really quickly. All right. Wait a minute. Let's see. Why can't I can't find the oh, here we are. Do you see it?
I do.
Look at the gray cat. The dog is just as happy to be competing in Squid Games, but these cats are not amused. The cats are not pleased.
Right? Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Cats will never let you down.
Not at all.
Oh goodness. All right. So yeah, that's what's happening. If you want your furry pal to look the part, go ahead to Canis. What is it called again? Canis Club, and get your kitten, not the cat, because they're not going to go for it, but the dogs.
I know, right?
They even have the red triangle one of the so.
Jeez.
Check it out. Yeah. All right. Could I have photo 4, please? Sheesh. Speaking of scary.
I don't have that photo. It didn't upload for whatever reason. I'm getting.
Oh, it didn't upload. All right, no problem. So I'll talk about it. Halloween Kills scares, which is fine because I can't stand that photo anyway. So Halloween Kills has scared up 50 million in theaters, even while streaming on Peacock. So in addition to streaming on Peacock, they still made 50 million in theaters. I don't understand. See, the two don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can still stream and still make money in theaters.
Right.
So it had a better than. Go ahead.
What was your budget?
Good question. I don't know what their budget was. I do know this, that they said that Universal spent about 11.2 million on national television advertising for this, for the entire run so far.
Mm.
So obviously that's under what they usually spend. Usually will be someplace closer to 25 million. But remember, we're still in a pandemic. So they're not going to spend what they would normally spend. So I'm trying to see if they talked about it. No, I don't know budget. That's something pretty easy to look up. But they're opening 50.4 million. Are you going to see it? Anybody? I'm not.
Nope.
Not today. Let's have photo 5, please. Dish Network. If you're a Dish Network subscriber, expect some price hikes because they alerted satellite subscribers today of an upcoming price increase as the company is continuing to battle with programmers over carriage and retransmission fees. So they said on their website that prices for many of their channel packages will go up $5 per month starting November 16th, and they're blaming the increase on programming costs. By the way, this is the second price increase for Dish this year.
Jeez.
Just close. Just go ahead and close.
I didn't even know they were still around.
Yeah, they are. It's not the popular one, but yeah, they're still around. Now, remember, I have Sling, and Sling is owned by Dish. So I guess technically I do have Dish, but anyway, if you're a Dish Network subscriber, it's going up $5 per month for most packages starting November 16th. How nice. I'm sure this is going to make some of you think whether or not you're still going to stay with Dish, but I digress.
That's a nice hike there. $5.
It is a nice hike. Times 12.
Yeah, absolutely.
Times however many subscribers they have.
Absolutely.
That's somebody's house in the Hamptons. Who said that? Anyway. Could I have photo 6, please? Let's talk about TikTok. Now, this is not quite a tech story yet, so it is, but not quite. So let's talk about TikTok and teens. So since the pandemic began, doctors around the world have been reporting an increase in the number of teen girls being evaluated for tics and mental illness. While they're saying, some of them are saying that TikTok videos could be the culprit. So according to Taxi and the Wall Street Journal, doctors are baffled by the sudden spike in patients of that age group reporting symptoms of having tics, as well as mental conditions such as depression and anxiety. And they said, of course, this could be due to social media, and medical journals have been citing that teens have been watching more videos of individuals with mental illnesses and Tourette Syndrome on TikTok.
Interesting.
It is very interesting. So here's the thing. So for those of you who are not familiar, Tourette Syndrome is a genetic disorder. It affects your nervous system, and it's gained a niche foothold on TikTok, apparently. I haven't come across any of them, but I'm not on that side of TikTok to know. And apparently, an increasing number of teens are displaying repetitive actions or sounds in their video. So there are people familiar with this trend who called out those faking the illness. But it seems instead of stopping, those involved have moved on to the next cool disorder. Interesting. So there was one case where a doctor in Germany said she saw a patient who, quote, claimed to have suffered from Tourette's, but didn't seem to have developed her own unique tics. She eventually found out the patient had been imitating a German YouTuber who had amassed an online following from sharing about her life with the illness.
Very interesting. So more like a psychological thing they've picked up. Not that they have it, but just psychologically, they're just kind of taking hold of it.
Now, see, and so this is the interesting thing. I don't know whether or not they're saying they're imitating this to amass that same following, or that this is something that they have just now picked up.
Interesting.
This is another thing. So a specialist in Chicago said that she had been seeing patients whose tics involved repeating the word beans in a British accent, even though they weren't British or even spoke any English. She learned, too, that they had picked this up from a popular TikTok creator. Interesting. So now, what are we banning TikTok? Is this what we're doing?
Interesting. So you think more and more people are just not comfortable with who they are, and they've got to find themselves in anything other than what they're currently doing?
These people have never been comfortable with who they are. Let's be honest. I don't think this is a new problem. It's just a
Right.
more exposed problem because we see to social media all the time and we have access to it. But this has always been something that has been a problem.
Mhm.
It's not new. It seems more increased because we have more access to the cases because of social media and
Right.
because of media in general. But it's not anything that's new. Anyway, let's keep going because I want us to end fairly soon. Let's go to photo 7, please. YouTube is planning a week-long live shopping event for those of you that are shoppers and love YouTube. They've done tests with live stream shopping, live stream shopping with creators. So they announced earlier this year that they were going to start testing live stream shopping with a handful of creators, which they did. So now the company says that they're ready for a larger test of live shopping, and they plan to host a week-long shopping event called YouTube Holiday Stream and Shop starting November 15th. So it's going to allow viewers to shop new products, unlock limited time offers, and engage with creators and others via Q&A and polls, according to YouTube. It's coming. If you didn't think that live shopping was coming to YouTube or to social in general, I don't know what you thought, but it is coming. People want to buy from people that they identify with. If you look, all you need to do is go to a YouTuber, a very popular YouTuber, and if they are in partnership with something, I'll go with fashion vloggers on YouTube. They'll put on something, and what they say is like, all right, I got this from such and such. I'll link it below. That thing sells out.
Right.
Sells out. So they know that vloggers, that these YouTube influencers have power. The power to push you towards things. Go ahead.
So do you think YouTube is trying to do something like Amazon, or just some kind of streaming kind of, like you said, shop and sell or shop and stream or whatever?
That's a good question. I don't think YouTube is interested in being a marketplace. That's what YouTube is. They are a marketplace. They are, I'm an Amazon, not YouTube, Amazon. I'm an Amazon influencer, and so the thing with that is there's already a marketplace of products that you can do videos about, etc.
Right.
I don't think YouTube is interested in that. They're interested in making money off of revenue split and ads. That's what they're interested in. Now, that doesn't mean that would never happen in the future, but right now, that's not where their business model is. They are programming first. Everything else is secondary. Let's take some comments before we start to wind down. Opal asked this: what am I missing on TikTok? All I see is folks dancing similar choreography to the same song. And see, you're on the wrong side of TikTok, Opal. So yeah, there is dancing. There are those challenges, but you could also go to the little magnifying glass and go ahead and put in hashtags of things you're interested in. That takes you to the side of TikTok where people are doing videos about things you're interested in. And remember, it's an algorithm, so the more types of things you watch like that, the more they show you like that.
Okay.
So I think TikTok is really cool. I have seen some really interesting things there. You just have to be able to be in the spaces where you'll find value. Because if you don't want to see dancing, but all you do is look at dancing videos while you're there, TikTok is going to show you more of the same. Last call for the food truck people. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot. Anna says, does anyone really buy Dish? No. And that's why I said just close. Dish. Just close. So Terry says this: you have to search for topics you like. The app will show you what you like. Scroll past the dancing teenagers and the videos and like the videos that you like. TikTok will only show you those videos. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can also screw up your algorithms too. So if you like a whole bunch of people that say happen to be screenwriters, but that's not what you wanted, right? You're going to end up just seeing screenwriting things. So you have to be strategic with what you seek out there. But I think that that's also a way not to discover things that you could like that are cool, but you need to search for what you want on TikTok.
So Tachi, real quick. So with TikTok, are the dancing videos, are they typically trending? Is that why they show up first? I don't have TikTok, so I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah. So there are trending videos, there are trending sounds. So when you hear the same sound or same song, those are usually trending sounds or trending songs, right? So you could actually look those up and use the trending those to find them. And if you wanted to do your own videos and you wanted to get a lot of hits, you could use that trending sound. I'm not one who necessarily does that unless I see the challenge and I want to add something to it, but I generally don't necessarily go for that. Does that bide well for me? I don't know, but that's the way I do it. So yeah, there are trending moves, trending dances, trending sounds, a lot of trending videos. You can also duet with people so that if somebody's doing this dance move or whatever, they may say, duet with me. So you're doing it side by side. So it's interesting. But then there's also a whole other side that's learn on TikTok. And that's actually kind of my domain, where there are people that are teaching, giving information, etc. So it's a whole world. Yeah. That's actually kind of cool. Anna says TikTok is serving me some great stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And that's because you've mastered the algorithm. It's showing you what you want to see, but you have to tell it what you want to see. So if you don't like horror and you're only going to horror things, that's what it's going to give you. And you're going to have to put in some work to change it.
So if you type in twerking, TWERKING, that's what you're going to get.
Yes. So don't do that. Unless, of course, that's what you want. Let's have two more stories. Could I have photo 8, please? All right. So photo 8. Have you heard this rumor about Zuckerberg and TikTok? Not TikTok, Facebook?
No, I have not. I'm interested.
Well, let me learn you. Facebook is planning, this is a rumor now, that Facebook is planning to rebrand the company with a new name. So according to The Verge, Mark Zuckerberg wants to be known for building the metaverse. So what is this metaverse? This universe where NFTs basically live. Okay. So he's trying to do this. So they're planning to change their name next week to reflect its focus on building the metaverse, according to The Verge. So coming with the name change, and Mark Zuckerberg is probably going to talk about this at the company's annual Connect conference on October 28th, which is next week, but they could unveil it sooner. So it shows that they have bigger ambitions than just social media. So here's the thing. This is also coming at a time when they're very under fire. They've been under fire for a while, but these past few weeks in particular. So what it feels like, what a lot of people have said, is that Facebook would actually just move to be one of the products under a larger umbrella company, along with Instagram and WhatsApp.
Very interesting.
But do you not think we can't see you? It doesn't matter whether or not you move Facebook to say you are still the same people. You are still the same entity, just under a fancy new hat.
Right.
A frog with a top hat on is still a frog with a top hat on, not Michigan J. Frog.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Anyway, so this is the rumor. We will see if that will happen or what happens next week at the Connect conference on the 28th.
Is he still going to have that look on his face?
What look do you mean, sir?
That look that says, fix your face. Like you just want to slap his face.
Stop it. The views expressed.
See that look on your face there. looks like you want to slap his face.
I do not. I just want them to start doing right. That's all. So again, they're trying to really focus on the metaverse. This term was actually coined by a sci-fi novelist, Neil Stephenson, to describe, quote, a virtual world where people escape to form a dystopian real world.
Isn't that what Facebook has already done?
That's what the online space is. And see, here's the thing.
Right.
You're trying to escape, but the same idiots who live in the real universe come into the metaverse. So you can't escape foolishness. You can build another world, but unless you ban all rogues and fools, they'll still come. And you end up, you cannot have a utopia because there's always one. That's all I have to say.
Right.
Really quickly, could we have photo 9? So we're going to do photo 9, and then I have one more thing. So photo 9. Did you watch the Apple event?
I did. Sure did. Absolutely.
What did you think?
I thought it was definitely worth the wait. I wish it would have came sooner, but yeah, it was very exciting. Very exciting.
It was. And before we talk about it, give me the tech intro, please. You had me waiting there for a while, but okay. No worries. Don't worry about it. And so they announced a couple of things at the Apple event that happened on Monday. It feels like we just had an event, and we did just have an event. So they finally announced the ARM-powered 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros with that M1 chip and the M1 Max in it. The M1 Pro and the M1 Max. The Apple Music Voice Plan, which is basically a $5 discount to get people to actually use Siri. So for $4.99 a month, you can access Apple Music's entire catalog of music, podcasts, playlists, and stations, including unlimited skips, but you have to ask Siri to play the music. So $4.99 to ask Siri. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought that was corny.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't have to have a chock full event. Deal with the one that you don't have to add that.
Right.
They're like, that's not enough. Let's add this. No, you don't have to. The HomePod Mini got new colors. Yay. Now you get orange, yellow, and blue. That's nice. Also, the AirPods 3 has finally happened. It's been a rumor, and now it's true. The design looks a lot like the AirPods Pro. Same features like spatial audio is the buzzword they're talking and throwing around, and adaptive EQ, allowing for an immersive experience that's better tuned for your ear, according to the Next Web. And then, again, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max, 2 new chips from Apple. Rather than the rumored M1X that we thought, and we got M Pro and M1 Max, and they're larger versions of the M1 chip. And apparently they're ridiculously powerful. Absolutely. And then the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros, which is what everybody was waiting for, that have these chips in them. You can configure them with either the M1 Pro or the M1 Max, so you're paying for a bigger screen and battery with the 16-inch model, basically. I'm intrigued. I don't know about you, but I'm intrigued.
Oh, I certainly am. I went online just to kind of put something together for now, and I will certainly be back because, yeah.
Wow. Well, and I just noticed I did not put the picture in, but I'll tell you all. Today on What the Hell Is This? In all of this wonderful Appleness, and this is a What the Hell Is This for Apple, and all this wonderful Appleness, they also have a cloth, like a microfiberish cloth to clean off your brand new spanking devices. Guess how much it is?
$35.
No, it's cheaper than that. It's called a polishing cloth, and it's $19. $20 for a polishing cloth.
You know what? Oh boy.
Apple, we love your products. We get excited whenever you have an event. But I'm going to need you to dial back on the peripherals and the accessories that are excessive in cost just because. You don't have to play reindeer games with us to get us to buy, because we're going to buy anyway. And so for having a nearly $20 cloth to clean off your devices, you, Apple, have earned the title of Bama of the Week. Week, in the words of Huggy Lowdown. And that's it. MC, well, first of all, before I say that, thank you everybody so much for hanging in with us a little bit extra, for being here. But yes, Bama, and an absolute Bama-ness. Does it have the Apple logo? I think it does have the Apple logo on it. I looked at it and I didn't notice it, but I think it does. It has this bezel. It's, if you ask me, $19. You have a microfiber cloth somewhere. If you're a glasses wearer, I think you're fine.
Right.
Don't even worry about it. Train your feed, says Terry Johnson. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This, as usual, is a trailer load of fun. I hope to see you next week. MC, any last words?
Great show. Lots of good laughs.
Awesome show for you. Oh my gosh. And we took the
I know, right?
I'm debating as to whether I'm going to make that a MediaScope moment. We'll see. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, MC Curtis, and the people who wanted to have a protest at 12 noon on their lunch break. Let's all exit stage left. See you next week.
Yeah, close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media